Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening, whenever and wherever you are. And welcome back to the beta plan playing Shadowrun. And as you can see, our Nugent is going quite up. That's because I've sold some, as it was called, metadata to Lawweir, because, well, he's from the 1.1s and they love information, but I wouldn't call it metadata. I more or less spilled out the beans of every mission, like, what happened? And just like that, I got some 200 Nugent almost per thing I said. Wee. But I just need the cash, because apparently the game, well, wasn't designed for some crazy plan like me that, well, requires both very high spells, armor, and all kinds of cyberware. But we were about to talk to Ling Kindly Jane because we did kill the plastic-faced man. The walk through my own parlor is punctuated by the tantalizing smell of coconut and fried confection. Your crew surrounds Kindly Cheng, watching uncomfortably as she peels small egg-shaped delicacies from a waffle-like pastry and pops them into her mouth. Each time she does, her eyes close in ecstasy and soft sound comes from her throat. There you are, Deathclaw. Your crew here tells me that you were able to locate and interrogate the plastic-faced man. The slow sandal's eyes narrow and her rusty voice gets an edge. They haven't told me of his current disposition, however. I assume everything went as I instructed. Yes, Auntie. We took one of Josephine's pieces off the board. Oh, I should have mentioned actually that I am Deathclaw, aren't I? But, well. Kindly Cheng's nostrils flare with a sharp inhale, and her eyes glinster in triumph. That was for you, Nightjar. I trust you got something useful out of him? We got plenty. Wu sounds eager. He gave us a data dump of everything he knew about Prosperity Tower. First-hand info. Josephine's headquarters. Oh, now she tells us that she knows it's called Prosperity Tower. Oh my lord. She puts down the pastry, rubs her nose, considering. That could be useful, I suppose. What do you intend on doing with it? We're gonna rescue Raymond. He's alive, Auntie. Just like I said he was. Josephine's holding him there. She's doing something to his brain. It's already happened! You are so... Dude, open your eyes! Something to his brain? She takes another bite of her pastry. I thought she just put it down. What is that old bitch up to now? Based on the memory Mr. Plastic showed us, it looks like she's trying to rewire her son's memories, using something called ASSIST, Artificial Sensory Induction Systems Technology. It allows the user to record, process, and feed synthetic sensory input into the brain. Like a Simpsons chip. Yes, Auntie. It's a technology that led to the Simpsons. It's also what allows Deckers to enter the Matrix and grants riggers a neural connection to their drones. An expert assist technician could alter someone's personality, memory, even identity. I'm guessing experts like that don't grow on trees, however. Definitely not. Changing someone's memories requires a world-class expert in assists, and a massive amount of computing power. Well, it has been done to you. I mean, it mustn't be that difficult seeing your boyfriend did... Well, the boyfriend slash non-boyfriend did some amateur brain surgery on you doing almost exactly the same thing. I'm not sure exactly what they're doing to him, but I'm guessing that his mom wants him to forget something. Or to remember it differently, maybe. What do we know about Prosperity Tower? Mr. Plastic dropped a couple of terabytes of data on Prosperity Tower, right out of his brain. Isabel and I have been studying it. Lots of good intel to mine there. He looks at the rest of the crew. Just what we need to take it, or just what we need to take a run at the place, and hope to get out alive. How do we stop this assist thing from rewiring Raymond, which already in-game should have happened, but alright. Stop complaining about it. All we know is that assist device is located in Lab 12. It's the only one in the building. Then why is it called Lab 12? Now, I doubt that Grandma will just hand over the passcodes to her system if we ask nicely. So we'll need a Decker to access the assist device and eject him from the system safely before she scrambles his brain. Got it. Where does the decker need to do? What does the decker need to do to eject him safely? Like I said, we don't know. We're going to have to improvise. Figure that out when we get there. Okay, so talk to me about the security setup. How do we get to Raymond? The key to this operation are the 3 security stations located on different floors. The matrix systems in these security stations are the command and control hubs for the entire building's security. As such, they're the best place to find out where Raymond Black is being held. That's all we got on his location? All we know is that he's being held somewhere in Cold Lab 12. But where that is or how to get in there is something we'll need to figure out on site. I don't consider that a really well-planned operation, to be honest. If things go hostile, the best thing to do is to get an alarm panel or a matrix security node and shut things down. If we're noticed, we'll have a brief window to cut the link to the alarm system. If we do that, it will isolate the whole floor from the security system. The rest of the building won't know what's happening there. If the alarm goes off and we cut the link to the alarm system, we can spoof the system. Tell it we've moved on to another location. That might work once or twice, but if we spoof too many alarms, we'll figure it out. So, how long is this brief window to cut the alarm? Maybe 30 seconds. Maybe less, if the network isn't cluttered with traffic. It's there as a fail-safe, so security doesn't stampede all over the building if a janitor forgets to close the door. Okay, what about guards, quantity, training? Standard corp security for the most part, but Tsangs has a rapid response squad for high priority events. And that will be us. Is Gilbert right? Do you think that an intrusion in Lab 12 will qualify? No, I kinda know the dumb question. Sounds manageable up to the point when we find Raymond. Judging by the way Grandma Tsang took out Carter, Gutshot and Nightjar, I'd say she's interested in anyone. I'd say she isn't interested in anyone getting anywhere near her son. Expect to face Tsang's elite security once we find him. So, what else do we have on the security stations themselves? Staffing? Weaknesses? Only one thing worth mentioning is the bell looks over to Wu. The only way into the security station is with a key card. And guards on each floor carry a card to the station on that floor. So we can get a card by taking them out, but there may be other ways of getting key cards. Wu crosses his arms across his chest. Like I said, the security stations are the key to this operation. They provide multiple opportunities to exploit the system and determine how to approach the rest of our incursion. Alright, so the security stations are high priority targets. Check. We want to take them fast before they have a chance to respond. They won't have a chance to respond. They'll be too done. Hope so. The little decker purses her lips. We'll need to take at least one of the stations and use it to determine our next step. It's like we have directions to go and find a map. Well, that's all we know to know about security. Let's hope it's enough to give us an edge. So, how do we make our approach? Fortunately, Prosperity Tower is one of Tsang's lower security locations. That's illogical, but alright. It's mostly administrative marketing, that sort of thing. That's good. Kindly turns to her enforcer. Mr. Bao gives the runners those old Tsang security passes you used on those hijacking last year. Yes, Mrs. Chang. They'll get them. Those passes should get you through the lobby. The Triad boss pokes a fingernail between your teeth and dislodges a piece of pastry. You'll still have to explain your presence, Deathclaw, so don't expect to just walk on through. What about the junk data you held on after the Wuxing rung is the bell? Anything in there we can use? Good thinking, and I'm already ahead of you. I scoured the leftover Wuxing paperwork and found a way to change our status to special couriers. We can use that to pose as a third party Wuxing uses to deliver important packages. That will work for a while, but we can't expect to stay on cover for long. One way or another, things are gonna get hot. The loading dock sounds like the edge we need. Let's do it. Okay. I'll get us booked all into the Tsang system and print off some matching papers. We'll need a van to make it look legit. Bow? Consider it done. That's all I need to know. Kindly cuts in, licking her fingers with loud smacking noises. One more thing, Deathclaw. While you're in her headquarters, look for anything we can use to incriminate or embarrass Josephine Tsang. I want dirt. Something I can feed to an acquaintance on the Executive Council. Someone who stands to gain from it. Does this dirt come with a cash bonus? She pops another egg treat into her mouth, and her eyes close tight with pleasure. Of course, my sweet, of course. Now go enjoy Prosperity Tower. She smiles wolfishly, and give Josephine Tang my regards. Alright. Well, another little bit of karma gained, and we know what to do, but moreover, we have some Nugent. Now, we could buy the one cyberware thing that I want to get, which would increase our strength, increase our quickness, and increase our body. But that would be all of our Nugent. We could also increase our armor. We could gain a suit of armor 8, then plus 1 because, well, we have this little piece of cyberware installed, the Ordo skin. So we would be at 9, so we would double our armor for the same amount of money, which I think is better than getting 10 hit points, a little bit better chance to hit, and a little bit more quickness. We also could go with a lower, a less costly cyberware implant, which only gives body and strength, which are actually our main things, but it will also cost us exactly 1 essence instead of 0.5 essence. So we will go down and we won't be able to cast spells that much, but as I said before, the problem is we have only Powerball level 1, which I should have at this moment about level 4 right now. And we have all kinds of these low spells. Removing 1 spell of the list, I wouldn't mind so much. I don't know what I would do with the leftover though. Essence, so from 5.5 to 5. So I'm not sure if I want to do that. And then there is also the last little thing that I have to take into account, which, well, is exactly the fact that, well, it doesn't give us quite an edge as much still as that bleeding armor. After all, armor from 4 to 9 means that we can remove 5 damage from each shot. That is more than what 10 hit points will give us and a little bit of chance to hit. So we are going to buy some armor. We are going to buy some heavy armor. Because what is more dangerous than a troll that can slice you open with just her claws? Or spell you down? Well, same set troll in heavy armor. For some reason this constantly happens. I'm just Deathclaw. I heard. If you want to look through that, go ahead, but this conversation is almost always the same. So what we're going to do is buy the HKPF EOED suit, a version of the suit owned by Explosive Orders dispositional experts. This one has been customized to be light enough to wear while in combat. Confirm, we'll take it, and we will spend all our Nugent. Alright, now this is what the game does always. Needs to, well, check out how you look. Then we can have this nice little dance. Trust me, the animation will resolve itself. There we go. It has done this always for me in game 1, 2, or 3, and look at it! We are now heavy armored. Oh, our hair is even over our... We may be heavy armored, but our hair looks fashionably as it goes over the eyelid. Yeah, we are now a heavy troll. This is quite a bit of more armor. It still says 4, that's probably because we haven't, well, done anything of a new mission yet, but yoza. Time to get inside. Time to get to a new mission. And end the episode then, I probably think. So, infiltrate a tower. We need a decker. That was said. We need a decker. Also, we're about security, so let's bring up Duncan. I am thinking of taking Rector over Gobbet, because Rector's drone might get into neat little nooks and crannies that Gobbet won't do. I'm not sure on whom. Because Rector also gives us more, well, combat power than Gobbet does. Gobbet is more of a... Well, her spirit summonings could help us. And Raymond Black Raymond Black. Hear me. Duncan Wu is coming with us because we are about to escape Raymond Black, and I'm sure he's never going to forgive us if we're not taking him along. And we need a decker. So, you know what? We're going with Rector. We're going with a crew that can handle a fight. I'm so sorry, Gobbet. I wish I could take you along. I really wish I could, because, well, our magic now only comes from me, and seeing that hasn't been spelled up, we just bought new armor and we only have 50 Nugent left, and 50 Nugent is just good enough to buy you a soy cuff, which more or less is coffee based on soya. So not really the true thing. Well, we don't have really a lot of magic backup. Infiltrating the headquarters of a megacorp and locating Raymond Black will be a challenge enough. Extracting him from his mother's assist device before his memories are permanently altered is another thing altogether. You hop the MTR South Iceland line and roll noisily down to the nearby island of Uplai Chow, a dense forest of soaring skyscrapers and corporate greed. Amid them blending innocuously with its neighbor stands Prosperity Tower. Emerging from the MTR station, you find a delivery van waiting for you, just where Strangler Bao said it would be. You pull the van around the building to the loading dock of Tsang's Mechanical Services and its CEO, Josephine Tsang. Alright then. Yes, this is indeed our setup. Thank you very much. We'll take it in. Game just autosaved. Right in. Well, I think with this great explanation of, well, what we are about to do, and, well, I know that is perhaps not the most exciting of episode. It is an interesting episode, and something that we needed to know, and look at the amount of objectives we are getting. We have quite a few things to do. No, we will spend that karma later at our own time. Look at it. Okay, so discover Raymond's location by hacking a security system. Use a decker to free Raymond. Alright. Optional, hack security network nodes to weaken Tsang security. Nodes hacked. Alright. Find evidence on Josephine Tsang. And I really want that to do that because, well, we need the Nugent. Certainly now that after we are Orc version 1.1 with some extra heavy duty armor. Alright, a metallic scent hits you as you enter the loading dock on a swirl of gas, oil, and steel packing crates. The fluorescent lighting above casts grows you towards the dingy garage. One of the lights in the corners is out, smashed in by the looks of it. It seems the behind-the-scenes world of Tsang is just as dirty as its business practices. Not far in front of you stands a couple of corporate workers unaware of, or at least indifferent to, your presence. Security may look light, but we're not in yet. Perhaps you shouldn't talk out that loud, but words will only get us so far. Things are bound to get heated eventually. Just be prepared to cover your ass when the bullets fly. We've got a lot to get past before we can get to Raymond. He's right. Keep our objectives in sight. Kindly said we can find information on Raymond's location in the security stations. It will be tricky getting into them, but once we do, that's all where we can cut the alarm system. That's also where we can cut the alarm system. Once we find Raymond, I'd be happy to help with his liberation. She wraps her fingers on the cyber deck. Oh, and as for Tsang's security passes, we shouldn't rely solely on them. They'll help, but using them alongside our own wits will be most effective. Probably if we brought Gobbet along, she would have said something to say, but we brought Rector, because I just think that Rector would be more useful in this case, but having said all that, I am starting to end the episode. I say I thank you for watching, and remember, great peril yields great beauty.